Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel NewsX USA. Please subscribe and like my videos. Today, we are talking about a topic that has been dominating headlines, sparking concern, debate, and global attention: increased military activity near the border and what's really happening behind the scenes. Over the past few weeks, there has been a noticeable rise in troop movements, military drills, surveillance flights, and armored deployments along sensitive border regions. From satellite images showing convoys and equipment to official statements that carefully choose their words, the situation has left many people wondering whether this is routine preparedness or a signal of something much more serious. Borders have always been pressure points in geopolitics, and when military forces begin to gather, history tells us that the world should pay attention. Governments often describe these actions as defensive or precautionary, but analysts, former military officials, and international observers are looking deeper to understand intentions, timing, and possible consequences. This story is not just about soldiers and tanks. It is about diplomacy, national security, economic stability, and the lives of civilians living near these regions who feel the tension every single day. When we look at the exterior picture of the situation, what stands out most is the visible military presence along the border areas. This includes the deployment of armored vehicles, mobile artillery units, advanced radar systems, and increased aerial patrols using drones and fighter aircraft. Border roads that were once quiet are now seeing heavy military traffic, with checkpoints reinforced and observation posts upgraded. Military bases near the border appear to be operating at higher capacity, with extended training exercises and night operations becoming more frequent. From the outside, this exterior display sends a strong message both to neighboring countries and to the international community. It demonstrates readiness, strength, and the ability to respond quickly if needed. At the same time, it raises concerns about escalation, because even a small incident or misunderstanding in such a heavily militarized zone can quickly spiral out of control. The exterior activity is not just about defense, it is also about signaling, showing resolve, and shaping perceptions on the global stage. Looking deeper into the interior dynamics of this situation reveals a much more complex and layered reality, and this is where things truly become significant. Internally, governments are balancing political pressure, public opinion, military strategy, and diplomatic relationships all at once. Inside military command structures, there are intense planning sessions, intelligence assessments, and scenario simulations taking place around the clock. Defense ministries are reviewing contingency plans, supply chains, and readiness levels, ensuring that troops are equipped not just with weapons, but with logistics, medical support, and communication systems. Within the political interior, leaders are facing questions from lawmakers, opposition parties, and citizens who want to know whether the country is heading toward conflict or simply ensuring its safety. Economically, interior discussions focus on the cost of sustained military deployment, the impact on trade routes, border commerce, and investor confidence. Socially, there is growing anxiety among communities living near the border, with families worried about displacement, disruptions to daily life, and long-term stability. Media narratives inside the country are also being shaped carefully, emphasizing national security while attempting to avoid panic. Diplomatic interiors are equally active, with back-channel communications, emergency meetings, and negotiations aimed at preventing escalation. All of this internal activity paints a picture that is far more intricate than what we see on the surface, showing that increased military activity is not a single action, but a web of interconnected decisions and pressures happening simultaneously behind closed doors. When discussing performance in this context, we are really talking about the operational capability and effectiveness of the military forces involved. Performance is measured by how quickly troops can be mobilized, how efficiently equipment is deployed, and how well different branches of the military coordinate with each other. Recent exercises near the border appear to be testing rapid response times, joint operations between ground forces and air support, and the integration of advanced technology such as real-time surveillance and encrypted communication networks. The performance of command and control systems is crucial, as leaders need accurate information and the ability to issue clear orders without delay. High performance also includes the morale and training level of soldiers, as well-trained and confident troops are less likely to make mistakes that could escalate tensions. From a strategic perspective, showcasing strong performance can act as a deterrent, signaling that any aggressive move would be met with a capable and organized response. Safety features in this situation go beyond physical armor and defensive systems, extending into protocols designed to prevent accidents and unintended conflict. Militaries operating near borders typically implement strict rules of engagement to minimize the risk of accidental fire or misinterpretation of movements. Safety features include secure communication hotlines between neighboring countries, designed to quickly clarify intentions if unusual activity is detected. Surveillance systems are used not only to monitor potential threats, but also to track friendly forces to avoid confusion. Troops are often given specific instructions on how to interact with civilians and border patrols to reduce friction. From a broader perspective, safety also involves protecting civilian populations, ensuring that military exercises do not disrupt essential services, and preparing emergency response plans in case of an incident. These safety measures are critical because the closer forces operate to one another, the higher the risk of unintended consequences. The unique selling points of this military buildup, from a strategic standpoint, lie in the combination of technology, coordination, and messaging. Modern militaries are leveraging advanced surveillance tools, including satellites and drones, to maintain constant situational awareness. Precision-guided systems and integrated defense networks allow for targeted responses rather than large-scale engagements. Another unique aspect is the emphasis on joint operations, where land, air, and cyber capabilities are synchronized to create a unified defensive posture. On the messaging side, governments are carefully crafting statements that project strength while leaving room for diplomacy. This balance between firmness and restraint is a key differentiator, as it aims to deter aggression without closing the door to peaceful resolution. The ability to mobilize quickly while still engaging in diplomatic talks is seen as a strategic advantage in today's complex geopolitical environment. When it comes to price, the cost of increased military activity is significant and multifaceted. Financially, governments are allocating substantial funds to fuel, maintenance, personnel, and equipment upgrades. Extended deployments increase wear and tear on vehicles and aircraft, leading to higher long-term expenses. There is also an economic price paid by border regions, where trade and tourism may slow down due to security concerns. On a broader scale, national budgets may feel the strain, potentially diverting resources from social programs or infrastructure projects. Politically, there is a price in terms of public trust and international reputation, as prolonged military tension can affect alliances and foreign relations. These costs highlight why such decisions are never taken lightly and are often accompanied by intense debate at the highest levels of government. In conclusion, increased military activity near the border is a complex and serious development that cannot be reduced to simple explanations. While the exterior shows visible strength and readiness, the interior reveals a dense network of strategic planning, political calculation, and diplomatic effort. Performance and safety measures are designed to ensure control and prevent escalation, while unique strategic advantages are leveraged to send clear but measured signals. The price, both financial and social, underscores the high stakes involved. Ultimately, what's happening near the border is a reflection of a world where security challenges are evolving, and nations are striving to protect their interests while avoiding conflict. Staying informed and understanding the deeper layers of this situation is essential, because the decisions made today will shape regional stability and global security in the days to come.